Hey, what's up everyone? Today we've got a pretty exciting unboxing. It's the awesome Real Grade Epyon from Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. The latest in the Real Grade line, this highly anticipated kit boasts great details, a redefined or reimagined version of the Epyon design in Real Grade style, a streamlined transformation gimmick, and much more. The accessories that comes with it, especially the heat rod, looks amazing. And looking at the box art, the RG Epyon is shaping up to be one good-looking and solid kit. Being a real grade, with this line having a solid track record of producing one quality kit after another in recent years, this RG interpretation of the famous Gundam Epyon is looking to be another fine addition to the bunch. The front of the box is your typical real grade style box art with a close-up of that awesome head and a full body shot of the kit. Off to the sides, and we can see the Gundam Epyon in some cool action poses. It also showcases some of its articulation and the Gundam's dragon-themed mobile armor mode, and another standing pose besides the used runners. Flipping it over, and we get to see a close-up of the mobile armor mode, and on the other side is the Epyon using its signature giant beam sword and a shot of the Gundam from the back. Let's go ahead and open this box. Runner A is your multicolored runner, and right off the bat, you can see the giant beam effect part for the beam sword, and that is molded in a very nice and detailed way. We also get more clear green pieces for the eyes and sensors on the head, as well as the bird's eye sensor on the chest. It looks to be channeling the light in a nice way and is an awesome departure from your typical clear green parts. Some of the armor for the legs are molded in a smooth off-white color, and we also get a nice dark yellow finish for some of the smaller parts. Runner B is the Advanced MS joint frame and contains only two parts: a detail for the head molded in black and the heat rod already pre-assembled as part of the Advanced MS joint gimmick. The heat rod is finely detailed and is molded in two colors, a nice shade of maroon and a deep blue, in keeping up with the rest of the Gundam's color scheme. I'm curious to see how this heat rod will perform in actual posing. Looks like a pretty sick weapon overall. Runner C has some parts for the wings, the Epyon's shield, and armor pieces. They are molded in a maroon color, which makes up the majority of the Epyon's color scheme. Being a real grade, we will see a two-tone look to the main color of this kit as we go along the rest of the runners. Runner D is molded in the same shade of maroon as the previous runner and contains the larger parts of the wings, the Gundam's shoulder armors, as well as some parts for the legs. We get two of these runners, both has some amazing surface detailing and great quality. Runner E1 contains more of the smaller parts for the Gundam's armor and is molded in a different shade of red. It may not be quite as noticeable on camera, but in person, these parts are molded in a darker shade of red and seems to contrast well with the shade of maroon of the previous runners. Runner E2 contains duplicate parts for the previous runner E1 without some of the other smaller pieces and is molded in a similar dark red color. Runner F1 is among the larger runners and contains parts for the Gundam's shield, the wings, as well as some highlights for the main armor. The parts are molded in a nice shade of deep blue. This dark blue seems to be almost black in color, and again, the quality of the real grade's plastic is shown here as the rich shade of the color is recreated quite nicely. Runner F2 contains parts for the wings and several other smaller armor pieces. I like how this detail in the wing breaks up the chunks of red that predominantly makes up most of it and is molded in this correct shade of dark blue separately. Now we get to the inner frame with Runner G. It's a large runner and is molded in this gunmetal color. That makes the details of each part pop a little more. Upon closer inspection, each part of the inner frame comes with an amazing amount of detail for its size and are molded quite nicely. Now, most of this will be buried under the Gundam's armor, but one can't help but to appreciate such fine detail in a 1:144 package. Runner H is the second runner to house the inner frame parts, mostly from the legs, and I like how Bandai went with the gunmetal color instead of the typical gray, as I believe it does a better job in making the kit look a little bit more interesting and makes the small details more noticeable. We get 2 H runners for a total of 3 runners for the inner frame, which is quite substantial and makes me even more excited for the build. We get this flexible wire to be used as the power cable for the Gundam Epyon's main weapon, the giant beam sword. It's nice and flexible, and it's not as rigid as the one that usually comes with this kind of kits. I think it's just perfect for its use. Here is our real grade sticker sheet, complete with marking stickers for that extra detailed look. There are metallic foil stickers that go inside of the green sensors and inner frame. Lastly, you have our manual, and I'll be quickly skimming through its pages for a quick look inside. In typical real grade fashion, the build starts from the bottom up. So you start with the feet up to the legs, through the body, the arms, the head, and the backpack. We can see some dynamic action poses at the middle of the manual. I'm really liking the look of that heat rod in action. A quick rundown of the weapons and a close-up of the mobile armor mode. And lastly, at the back of the page is our sticker sheet guide. Being number 38 and the latest in the real grade line, the Gundam Epyon complements the earlier releases of the past Wing Gundam kits. Together with the Tall Geese and its variants, the iconic mobile suits used by the epic Shark clone, Sex Marquise, is finally complete in real grade form. With finely detailed parts, an awesome color scheme, and another fun and engaging build on the way, the new RG Gundam Epyon will surely be another winner for fans, especially the Gundam Wing fans out there. Stay tuned for the upcoming build video and review soon, and in order to do so, don't forget to hit subscribe and the notification bell button, and give the video a like if you've enjoyed this unboxing, and I'll see you next time.